Good evening. We're back at it again for another review for today's beer. Quick catch up. Setup is still kind of a little off here for a second, but I did change shirts or sweaters. I know I'm pretty sure y'all were looking at the last two. And, hey, that's my workout sweater, and I'm not a fashion guy, so who cares? But I might want to try to look a little bit more decent, so I changed. Other than that, though, same rules applies. I'm still working on it. It's still a process, so bear with me. And I know the last video is probably a lot of like echo, autofocusing. Still trying to figure everything out here. So please bear with me. I'm working with the bare minimum here at this time. That being said, let's go on with the episode. Alright. So today we're going to be reviewing something a little different. We'll be doing a stout beer. Finally, something within my range that I enjoy extremely much. And this particular one is from Brash. Now, this one is called the Vulgar Display of Power. And this is a Russian Imperial Stout brewed with coffee beans, or vanilla beans, I add. See a little feature there. For those who are sensitive to the subject at hand, I am sorry, and they get a lot of shit for it as well, so I don't know what to tell you about that. What I will tell you is this thing was canned at the beginning of the year, so roughly around March, and an alcohol content of 14. So this one is not for the weak-hearted, weak-minded, but fuck, right? I mean, if you're here to party, you're here to party. They used to do bottles, but they decided to be eco-friendly and switched over to aluminum. Other than that, hopefully nothing of the flavor has changed. I've had this before, this particular type, so I've always been a fan of it. But y'all never seen me drink it before, so I'm gonna officially give it a true review. Right off the bat, you can tell this is dark as hell. Oh, just perfect. Look at it, just perfect. Not much of a headphone to it. It's okay. And if y'all are gonna criticize me for my dirty glass, y'all can go to hell too, because I already tried washing this out. Apparently I didn't do a good job at it. I'll work on it. Other than that, this is a lovely beer. Very dark. Very, very dark. Now, I remember the first time I had this was roughly about 3-4 years ago. At a random bar that had a sampler of it. And I would not lie to you, it put me on my ass. And that's all she wrote. Since then, I've been like, I need to have more of this. And just the name of it, it just sounds amazing. The Vulgar Display of Power. I mean, why not? Why not? So with that being said, let's go ahead and try this little sucker here. It's not as strong as most fucking stouts. You don't even smell it, so. Oh. When you taste it, it's extremely sweet. You can taste, so it's hard to explain. It has, if people ever had a Guinness before, you know better yet, for more people who don't have had anything like that, like a Shiner Black, or what the fuck, a Guinness. Right? It has that Guinness taste to it in the beginning, and it goes to a real more softening tone. It's very sweet at the end. It tastes like almost like coffee and vanilla. It's like a coffee with cream, more or less. It doesn't have much of a bubble aspect to it. You can tell it's extremely flat. But that's just the look how dark it is. Just you see something like this, and you know, this is something that's just one and done for you if you're very sensitive to alcohol or liquor. because this is not something you shotgun on a regular basis. You sip on this. But if you choose a shotgun, which I have seen people do with these type of beers, and I pray to them when they do, and it usually ends bad afterwards. But in the end of the day, it works out. It does its job. I will sound a little biased with it because this is particularly one of my favorite stout beers. It's not the favorite, but it's ranked high. It's up there. This it won't be for everybody. I've given this to people who don't really drink stout beers before, and they kind of like it, mainly because the aspect of they're coffee drinkers, and it has that coffee taste at the end with the vanilla, with the sweetness. So it has a good little sweet. It's not a strong bite to it, but it's one of those things that they'll probably do one and that'll be it, and then they'll just be like done. This is really going to that depth of hardcoreness where you really have to like the product to just be like amazed by it. And if you're not amazed by it. You're not amazed by it. It's all good and there. But we'll try to work it out and simplify it here. But yeah, so that's what that is. The beer is great. Well, put you on your ass. You sip on it. I mean, just here, I'm pretty close to you. Look at that beautiful color. I mean, I can't say much else about it. There's not much else to say about it. I mean, brash has been around for a while. I want to say good 5 years. And they're used to be associated with St. Arnold's. They broke off with St. Arnold's around that time, and they want to do more because St. Arnold's was heading towards a direction that the other brewmaster wasn't too comfortable with. They don't want to be commercial. They want to be more brute force, more local, more underground. And that's pretty much what they dedicated their life to. If you're from Houston, and if you want to check it out, I'm telling you, it's something that's not for everybody. They literally work out of a fucking alley. And it looks like a place where you do illegal stuff. Don't be scared. But it's not very welcoming. It's very dark, very damp. But for those who likes that kind of scenery, or for those who likes heavy metal music and stuff like that, and it goes with, they'll check it out. Mainly for the arcades as well. I mean, here lately they kind of shut them down for the COVID pandemic, but they're slowly bringing them back. They're slowly bringing out the machines again. So it's getting fun again. But Brash is one of my favorite breweries in this local area. Mainly because they've gotten so good at creating these different, unique stouts that I have never tasted before. And granted, I'm on from the Brooklyn area, and I'm on to drink local beer. And I'm sure there's far better stuff out there. I mean, I know Goose Island has a couple stuff that I like. Goose Island, Omega Gang. But as for me here personally, this is great. This is top-notch stout beer. This is top-notch hardcore beer, and trust me, this is not going to be the last I review a brash beer that I can be extremely biased with. This is, in my opinion, be one of the lightest beer I review, since this is not a bourbon age. It just has sweetness to it with coffee beans and the vanilla beans. But when we get around to more brash, there's gonna be the alcohol content. You're gonna notice it's gonna get higher and higher and higher, and by the time I drink, I'm probably gonna be smashed faced, hammered, and that's what we all want in life, right? So I recommend this. This is clearly a 5 out of 5 for those who like stout beers. For those who are a big fan of dark stout beers, you cannot go wrong with this. This is seasonal. I think they still sell it around this time. They usually sell it around between September to October, and then they just sell out what they have. This is a great beer though. If you're from Houston, if you can get a hand of these things, grab it, enjoy it. Again, if you're a stout lover, you can't go wrong with this at all, like whatsoever. So that's my review on that. And on a side note, things are gonna get a little checkier. I'm gonna start working on some ensemble, working on this in the background. I'm trying to film as much as I can in one sitting, so that's why I don't say dates too much, and that's why maybe I might, if more episodes, you can start seeing me rambling a little more. That's because I had a few, but that's the fun things, right? That's why we're doing it, because I'm just having fun. Later on in the episodes and many episodes to come, I will have 2 people with me, ideally, maybe 3, just depending, especially if I'm going to be reviewing bombers and bigger beer, taller beers. That way we can have a full-blown conversation. And those people will be announced soon. And again, it's nothing special. It's close friends, close family members, and beer heads like me. And sometimes, most of them won't even be beer heads. It'll be just average Joes, average people who don't even drink beer, and I will get them to drink something that I have and see how they feel about it. And again, that's always been the whole point of this channel, to try to convince normal people, normal drinkers, to just try new things. And that's the whole idea. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign out for tonight. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful night.